Yeah, I think that's definitely a good question. I mean, obviously, a lot of people in this rookie class grew up like just loving this league, and when you hear them speak, they speak of a lot of memories through their childhood were spent, at a WNBA game where they have a specific player that they love. So I think the more of that we can have from the younger generation, the better it is going to be for the league. And those stories are special too. Like it's
last night with the wrist. Was just curious your reaction of that, and also what's it like for you on your process of staying healthy, playing 38 minutes a game?
Yeah, I think it's obviously definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury, especially people that you came into this league with, whether it was Cam, whether it was Angel, and especially Angel. Like, you want to see her finish out this year. Obviously, she's had a historic year and she's done some incredible things. And for me, like getting to play against her, like her motor is up there, if not the best in the league. Like she just doesn't stop working. So, congratulations to her. I thought she had a tremendous year. And I thought she came to the league and really did what she's done well her entire career as long as I've known her. So it's definitely devastating. That's never anything you want to see from a player. And then obviously our rookie class has kind of been hit with a few more injuries than you would have liked to see. And I think, I don't know, I mean, for myself, I think just some of those things you can't avoid, especially in their two instances. Obviously, I don't know the specific details, but that's kind of what comes with basketball at times. So, it's sad for them, but I think at the same time for myself is just continue to take care of your body, take care of yourself. It becomes a long season, especially when you're playing games with one day in between. Like you really have to prioritize that. But like I said, some of those things are just unavoidable, and it's sad to see.
We go Scott, then we go Christine.
Biggest thing Christy was emphasizing was obviously defense. You guys have given up 93 points over the last 3. Mm-hmm. That said, what corrections do you want to see start today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we haven't really been able to get in the gym and practice just because of the schedule, and like you've had one day in between, you're just basically walking through stuff. So I think it's something we all know we're capable of. It's not something you need to go into the gym and drill. Yeah, sure, that would probably help, but at the same time, like we did it to start the second half of this season. So I think it's just getting back to that, all moving, all working as one unit. And we had glimpses where we have had some good defensive possessions, but it hasn't been to the point where it's going to help us win against these really good teams in this league. So I think continuing to find ways to have great defense for 4 quarters. When we hold teams under that, I think it's 80-84 area, we have a lot of success. So I think that's going to be a huge key tonight as well.
We'll go Christine, then we'll go Mike.
Caitlin, I asked Christy about this. Once you've clinched, is it a little hard for a team? I mean, I think it's kind of human nature to then have to get back up for playing for, of course, pride. You want to win games, of course. You want to hit the shots, but I think it's human nature to kind of have a little bit of a lull, or potentially like, what are we working towards? Is that something? Sorry, is that something that you think about? Is that not true at all for you? I'm just kind of curious about how you think about that. Thanks.
I think for myself as a competitor, like for me, like I approach these games in the same exact manner that I approach every single game. I think if we came down the stretch and like it came down to the last 2 games or game, I think you would definitely feel the pressure a little bit more. Obviously that weight is a little bit off your shoulders, and I think that's just very natural, but I don't think it in any regard should, allow us to let up. And if that is the case, I think that's disappointing on our half. But I don't think that is the case. I think we come in here and we've been working the same. I think we've just had lapses in especially our defense. And I don't know if that's from we're tired or we're just not as crisp as we were out of the break. I think our offense has still been really good. I think it's just like continuing to find a way to have 4 quarters that are really, really good and put that together. And I think tonight's a really good opportunity to do that. But I don't know. I think for our team is still very motivated and very excited. I think everybody's really excited. I think, we know we're in the playoffs. Like that should excite you and want you to play even better and, continue to improve as we, approach that part of the season as well.
Yeah, Mike, then we'll finish up with Flo.
Yeah, Caitlin, this rookie group, yourself, Angel, at the top of it, you guys haven't just broken rookie records. There's WNBA records you've broken. And I wonder if you think the fact that your generation, if you will, grew up watching this league, maybe came into this league more prepared than players 10 or 20 years ago, helped you be able to be ready to play at such a high level immediately, or just maybe some of your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good question. I mean, obviously a lot of people in this rookie class grew up like just loving this league, and when you hear them speak, they speak of a lot of memories through their childhood were spent, at a WNBA game where they have a specific player that they love. So I think the more of that we can have from the younger generation, the better it is going to be for the league. And those stories are special too. Like, it's cool for all of us to be able to come in here and kind of live out our dream. I don't know if it necessarily makes you more prepared, maybe from the standpoint of, how good this league is, and how prepared you have to be to come in this league and try to make an impact. I think a lot of us that came to the league this year, like we're fans, like we watch, like we always had the TV on and we watch, and I'm not sure that's always the case of players coming into this league. So I think the more that can continue to happen, the better it's going to be. And I think you're definitely going to see that. And obviously, I think it helps the more coverage and, the more national media that this league gets, whether we're playing on ESPN, whether we're playing on CBS, ABC, whatever it is, that makes it more accessible to a lot of people all around the country. So I think that certainly helps as well. But I think that's going to see something you continue to see, these young players that come into the league and really have idolized whoever it is in this league growing up, or idolized a specific team, or grew up in a town where they had a WNBA team, and that was, a very impactful part of their young life.
Finish up with Luke.
I can't remember where I read this, but a passing comment, and it's some story that I came across on the internet, but it mentioned that you were talking about how you actually thrive on and enjoy pressure. Mm-hmm. And the way this season has played out, it's been a tremendous spotlight on you from day one. Mm-hmm. And I wonder do you ever step back from that and think about, I wonder what real life would be like, or regular life would be?
I mean, you can always wonder. I feel like my life has definitely changed really fast, but at the same time, I feel like I've tried to stay very much the same person that I was when I stepped on campus at Iowa my freshman year, when life probably looked a lot different for me from the standpoint of, I probably wasn't the national or global star that people say I am today, but, I was kind of just, a homegrown kid that wanted to go there and kind of do something different, and had a lot of belief in myself and a lot of confidence in myself. And I feel like I've tried to carry myself in the same exact manner. And I have had a lot of people around me that have continued to, keep my circle tight. And, they don't view me in that way that a lot of people in this world do. And that's something I definitely appreciate. But I think for myself, as an extreme competitor, if you don't have that pressure, you're probably doing something wrong. There's probably the games probably don't matter as much, or I don't know, you're probably not competing at the highest level. So I think for myself, that pressure is something that I've become used to, and at times you can definitely feel it, but I think just continuing to rise, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Obviously coming into this league, and there was a lot of expectations about how I was going to perform this year, and obviously some moments were really, really great, and then there was moments that I had to learn through and grow through that weren't as great for myself, and I didn't enjoy as much. But I think that's allowed me to find some more success in the second half of the season, and it's going to help me continue to grow, especially going into this offseason in my second year too. But I feel like I've definitely tried to remain the same exact person that I was, even last year or 4 years, 5 years ago. So.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.